Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. Week 15 in the NFL. We are talking with professional sports bettor Teddy Covers, doing our regular rundowns of the NFL cards. Right now, we're going to take a look at the totals. Teddy Covers, the first thing I want to ask you about the Pats and Green Bay, right? Two teams that we normally think of historically in recent years as being huge offenses, maybe leaning towards the over with them by default in each game. But recently, they've been under trending. They're more defense-oriented teams. The offenses have been good but not explosive. So I'm wondering if the Pats at home against Tennessee and or Green Bay on the road at Oakland, both with relatively high totals, 47.5, 48-ish, might be good underplays again this week. One, both, or neither. What do you think?
Of the two, I would much prefer the Patriots under. We're talking about unders, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd much prefer the Patriots under. In fact, I'm going to give a recommendation for Green Bay over when you ask me about my opinions on this. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But New England under, to me, makes a whole lot of sense right now. First of all, Patriots defense against a rookie quarterback. We know Belichick's track record against opposing rookie quarterbacks. He shuts them down year in, year out. I don't see that changing here, and I don't trust Tennessee to get the job done offensively, much like they didn't get it. You know, they had that one big game 2 weeks ago against Jacksonville at home. Last week they couldn't move the football. I don't think that Tennessee is going to be putting up points in bunches. And New England's offense, look, Brady and Gronkowski both missed practice on Friday. There's a flu bug going around. Mm-hmm. Their offensive line stinks. Their running game is spotty. Their passing game is largely dink and dunk. This is not a New England explosive march down the field into the end zone type of offense right now. And you're right. That total is pretty high. You know, I mean, we're talking 46.5, 47 right now. And I would look to bet that one under before I bet it over. Not even. It's pretty clear in my mind that has the feeling of an under affair.
Okay, sounds good. But you don't feel the same way about Green Bay. I mean, we know that Oakland can have a very explosive passing game on offense, so they could contribute to the over as well.
Well, there's been a huge difference for the Packers, over the last 2 weeks. Mike McCarthy said to Tom Clements, right, thanks for calling the plays, but I'll take that responsibility back now. And lo and behold, what does Green Bay do? 200 on the ground, 200 through the air. They score 4 touchdowns on 5 red zone tries. And the only one that they didn't score was, they got stuffed on 4th and 1. So from the goal line, 4th and goal from the 1. So with McCarthy calling the plays, it's a different animal for this Green Bay offense. And you're absolutely right when you talk about Oakland's ability to make big plays in the passing game. They haven't done much of it the last couple of weeks, but even with Carr struggling a little bit, he's still thrown 7 TDs over the past 3 weeks. I look for a shootout in Oakland on Sunday.
All right, and then I want to ask you about the 2 primetime games this week. Both have totals of 51 right now, so super high totals for Arizona, Philly on Sunday night, and also Detroit, New Orleans on Monday night. I'm assuming the public is going to be on the over in both of those. How strongly will they be on the over? Not exactly sure. Feels like usually, one of those, types of games is going to be one of these should be a sharp side on the under, or maybe not, though. What do you think? Arizona, Philly, Detroit, New Orleans, both with totals of 51, both primetime games.
I'm not likely to get involved with either total, so my recommendations here are solely of the lean variety. They're not strong opinions for me. That being said, Arizona, Philly, I'm in no rush to bet that game under the total. The Cardinals defense is good but not great. The Eagles defense has shown a fair bit of vulnerability in recent weeks. But the key here is what these two offenses do. Arizona, they take their shots. Yeah. And that's why they have so many big play touchdowns this year. They did the same thing last year. They did the same thing before that. That's why Bruce Arians is very much in the mix. Even though Ron Rivera is going to win it, Arians is very much in the mix for NFL Coach of the Year. That aggressive downfield style is not a style that begets well for underbettors. With the Saints and the Lions, boy, Detroit's defense is good and their offense is not that good.
Right.
The Saints' offense is good and their defense is horrific. So it's a matter of, which do you trust left? I guess I would rather have the under in Detroit, New Orleans, just because, the Lions are not a team that plays to 50. It's a total that's really out of whack with what Detroit is trying to do. They're not taking a ton of shots downfield with the passing game. The offensive line isn't very good. But defensively, Detroit's not giving up plays in bunches, and the Saints moved the ball well last week. They scored 24 points. If they score 24 points here, it's going to be real hard for that game to go over. So I'd probably lean Monday night under before I lean Sunday night under.
Okay, I would agree with that. And I did also hear that there was some sharp action on the over at 50.5 for Arizona-Philly. Teddy Covers, is there anything else that you would like to discuss as far as totals from NFL Week 15 is concerned?
Well, the game that I was going to bring up was Green Bay-Oakland. I do like that game up and over the total for reasons that we mentioned earlier. But that's probably my strongest total selection this weekend.
Really? Okay, interesting. Excellent. Teddy Covers, thanks so much. We will talk to you again next week for Week 16.
I look forward to it.